Something is wrong with the way we live today, but we've been told this is normal. We work alone. We eat alone. We scroll, consume, and keep busy. Always busy. But deep down, we feel it. The loneliness, the exhaustion, the sense that something vital is missing. One philosopher saw it coming, Mary Midgley, a remarkable thinker who published her first book at 59 and continued writing until she was 99. She warned that the modern world was selling us a false idea of the self, one that disconnects us from each other, from nature, and from the wisdom that once guided us. For most of human history, we lived in small, interdependent groups. Survival depended on connection. But today, we're taught the opposite. Society tells us, be independent.
Success means doing it all yourself.
You don't need anyone else.
But Midgley called this a dangerous illusion. In her book, The Myths We Live By, she wrote, "We are not, as we are inclined to think, spectators looking in from outside at the processes of nature. We are ourselves a part of them." Midgley believed that our society's emphasis on individualism came partly from what she called philosophical plumbing gone wrong. Our conceptual frameworks needed repair. She challenged the idea that humans are isolated, self-contained beings. Instead, she showed that we are deeply interconnected with each other and the wider world. But here's the problem. Modern society treats us like we are separate. We work in silos, live in cities where we don't know our neighbors, and measure success by what we do alone. And the result? We are lonelier than ever. Research shows that loneliness increases the risk of death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Anxiety, depression, and burnout are at record highs. Even in families, real conversations are disappearing. We've mistaken independence for strength, and it's making us weaker. But Midgley believed this disconnection wasn't just social, it was spiritual and intellectual. She saw that our broken relationship with each other mirrored our broken relationship with nature. In Science and Poetry, she wrote, "The isolation of the human species from the rest of nature is a piece of imperialism which springs from fear and produces alienation." This is new. Ancient cultures didn't see nature as separate. Indigenous wisdom teaches that humans are stewards of the land, not rulers over it. Celtic traditions saw rivers, forests, and mountains as alive with spirit. For centuries, people moved with the rhythms of nature, moon cycles, seasons, the land itself. But then came industrialization, urbanization, and the rise of scientific reductionism. Midgley famously challenged biologist Richard Dawkins on this point. Where he saw humans as mere survival machines for genes, she argued this view was dangerously reductive. In her book, Beast and Man, she wrote, "We are not just rather like animals. We are animals. Our differences from other species may be striking, but comparisons with them have always been and must be crucial to our view of ourselves." Now, we often see nature as a commodity, something to be bought, sold, or exploited. A distraction, something to be escaped to rather than lived with. Or worse, a background to human achievement rather than a force we belong to. And when we lost this connection to nature, we lost a part of ourselves. Think about it. When was the last time you sat in silence with nature? No phone, no distractions, just being. Midgley didn't just diagnose the problem, she showed us how to fix it. Her philosophy is not abstract, it's deeply practical. Here's how you can start undoing the disconnection today. Reconnect with people, build your tribe. Midgley believed that true strength comes from acknowledging our interdependence. In Evolution as a Religion, she wrote, "What matters in human life is not just what happens inside each separate person, but what happens between them." So try any of these. Start small. Call one friend today, just to listen. Replace "I'll handle it alone" with "Who can I ask for support?" Have one deep, device-free conversation this week. Real connection isn't about how many people you know. It's about what happens in the space between you when you truly listen, share, and show up with presence. Reclaim your rituals, the power of sacred habits. For thousands of years, people had rituals to mark meaning, gathering around fire, sharing meals, observing moon cycles. Midgley wrote about how modern scientific worldviews stripped away these meaningful practices, leaving us feeling unmoored. In Science as Salvation, she cautioned against the modern tendency to dismiss traditional wisdom as mere superstition. So what could we do to reclaim this in today's world? Bring back shared meals, no phones, no distractions. It really can wait. Light a candle, journal, savor your first morning drink in silence, apply skincare with intention, take a mindful lunchtime walk. Acknowledge the seasons. Step outside and just notice. Rituals aren't relics of the past. They're anchors for the present. Rewild yourself. Reconnect with the natural world. Mary Midgley warned that our detachment from nature was making us emotionally and spiritually weaker. In Wisdom, Information, and Wonder, she argued, our culture's obsession with control and technological mastery has come at the cost of wisdom and wonder. Try this. Step outside for 5 minutes. No distractions, just notice. The way the wind moves, the scent of the air, the sounds around you. Presence is the first step to reconnection. Walk barefoot on grass. Feel the earth beneath you. This simple act helps reduce stress, restore balance, and ground your body's energy. It's a quiet rebellion against modern disconnection, a reminder that you belong to nature, not just to screens and schedules. Observe the moon, the seasons, track their shifts. Observing the moon and seasonal shifts connects you to nature's cycles, each offering a chance for renewal. The moon phases mirror personal growth. New moons invite fresh intentions, while full moons encourage reflection and release. Likewise, the seasons guide us. Spring sparks new beginnings, summer fuels action, autumn invites reflection, and winter nurtures rest and inner work. Aligning with these rhythms helps you set meaningful goals and move through life with greater balance and purpose. Nature has never forgotten you. Maybe it's time to remember. The world wants us to believe we are separate, but Midgley knew the truth. We are connected. As she wrote in her final book, What is Philosophy For?, published when she was 99, we need to recover the sense that the world, the real world which we actually inhabit, is our home, and thus is something we must try to understand in the same way as we need to understand our own bodies. You don't have to accept the great disconnection. You can choose to reconnect, starting now. Midgley began her career late, publishing her first book at 59, reminding us it's never too late to challenge the status quo and seek deeper wisdom. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Her Knowledge Keeper for more lost wisdom and the stories of inspiring women like Mary Midgley.